Okay, we just finished creating our third gas planet, and this one has a banded cloud pattern. This is an effect that we achieved by finding an image of a planet surface and converting that image to grayscale, bringing it into our document as a layer, and then masking it out so that it takes on the shape of the planet. So let's make our first rocky planet. And this is the only rocky planet that I'm going to demonstrate. You need to have three with different types of planet surfaces. When I think of a rocky planet, I think of something like Mercury. It doesn't have much of an atmosphere, a lot of craters, kind of similar to the moon. Sort of interesting. So we can go back to our NASA website. Again, the link is in Blackboard, so let's click on that link again. And I'm going to search for images of Mercury. Now I want something that I can crop. I don't want something, because we're showing the entire planet, the entire sphere of the planet, so I don't want something too close up because it's not going to look realistic. So maybe this one that's far away, or farther away. Okay, back in Photoshop, what I'm going to do is do a save as so that I don't accidentally save over my planet. Remember that you want to have all of your layered files preserved. Don't save over anything. Let's do File, Save As. Let's make this, well, this is Rocky Planet, so we'll call it Rocky Planet 1. It doesn't matter what order that you use to create your planets, whatever makes sense for you. So this is Rocky Planet 1. Let's open our image that we just saved. Drag that out into a separate floating window. Make sure this is grayscale. Yep, this one is already grayscale, so we don't need to convert it. Click and drag onto our document, and let's rename this layer. I'll call it Craters. Drag it down to right above our planet layer, and that is already masked because it went between the planet layer and the layer of our banded cloud pattern that was already masked, so it automatically became masked itself. Let's go ahead and just let's delete these cloud pattern layers, and now we have we do have a pattern on our planet, but it looks a little bit flat. It almost looks like a pizza, so we want this to look spherical. So what can we do here? Well, first of all, what we need to do is to change our blend mode. So if we change our blend mode from normal to multiply, it's going to pick up the characteristics, or the pixels from the layer below it are going to show through and blend with this layer. And then it picks up some of these effects so that it does start to look a little bit more dimensional. Another thing we can do is to use a filter effect. So let's go to Filter, Distort, Spherize, And let's hit OK. What we can do is, let's decrease the size of our image. So it looks like it's a little bit farther away, and that might help with the illusion of um, dimension. So it looks like we're looking at it from a distance and there's craters. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Let's change the planet's color. So go back to the planet layer, double click the thumbnail. We still have our transparent pixels locked from earlier. Let's go to Edit, Fill, and choose a new color. So think of a rocky, dusty planet like Mercury is kind of more yellowish, or orange or yellow. So I made some adjustments to the opacity of the shadows, but I want to make sure that I don't lose the glow around the edge of the planet below the shadows. So maybe what I can do is look at these inner and outer glow effects and see if there's some adjustments I can make just to make these look a little bit more, just to bring that out a little bit more, that glow, inner and outer. And what I realize is that now that I have a yellow planet, I still have my blue glow on here. And maybe if I was to change the color to something more like a white or a very, very light yellow, that might, both on the inner and outer glow, that might just make it a little bit more visible. All right, so make sure you have your preview button checked here so that as you are making these adjustments, you're going to see them happen in real time on your document. Now, they're not going to apply to your document until you hit OK. If you were to hit cancel, then none of these changes would take effect. So yeah, okay, so if I increase the opacity of my glow and just do a few little experiments here, this is going to help. Okay, so just increasing the opacity of this outer glow, which represents my atmosphere, is helping make this look a little bit more interesting. And so could make a little bit of a thicker atmosphere possibly, but not too thick. Okay. Okay, so that is our first rocky planet. You need to make this and at least two more. All of them should have some kind of different surface. So cratered is a good idea. That's kind of how some planets look. You don't have to use an image of a real planet. You could use an image of, say, some kind of a pattern, like like I don't know, like a cracked surface of a desert, or wood type image, or a wood grain type of image or something. You could do a little bit of experimentation. You could create your own. You could experiment with some filters in Photoshop if you'd like.